I'm Christina, and we're the Gorgeous Geeks. And I gotta tell you, I'm so in love with Vampire Diaries.
Vampire Diaries
it's easily the best show on the CW, I have to say.
I think it's easily one of the best shows on television.
It's the best new show I've seen.
Yeah, it's the best new show.
Year.
Lost is still one of the best shows of all time, for me at least. But
it's the best vampire show out. Suck it, Twilight.
It is. As out right now, it is the best vampire show.
And True Blood, too, because, you know, with True Blood, you just too dang on nasty.
Anyways, it's not our thing. But anyways, Vampire Diaries, if you're for PG-13. And, well, actually, it's not PG-13. It's a little lower than PG-13.
No, it's...
I don't know, all that blood in the last episode seemed like it would be... I don't know, but anyways...
It's PG-13.
I don't know, but
Bloods are...
I'm clapping because I want to go on.
Okay.
Okay, but anyways, Vampire Diaries is probably the best... we already said that.
Yeah, we already made a video about this. Okay, the season finale was so good. It was, and you know what? If you haven't seen it, and you don't want it to be spoiled, then you need to change the video. Thanks for your view count, but watch this later.
Yeah. So I was very, I was actually, one of the moments that surprised me the most in the beginning of the episode was when Damien told, I know it's Damon, I keep saying Damien. I call him Boons a lot of times from Lost. But anyways, Damon turned to Bonnie and told her thank you and showed his gratitude to her, and I'm just like, my goodness, I guess the more he's opening up to Lena, the more his human side comes out. But they wanted to squash that real quick by bringing Catherine back.
I was in my room and my sister was asleep and they kissed and I'm like, oh! And I got so loud. And Sabrina's like, what's going on? I'm like, she kissed him. It wasn't even her.
she wants them to hook up so bad, Elena and Damon. You know, I'm just like, I don't, you know, no, because I feel bad for Stefan. I can't think of anything that Stefan can do that could drive Elena to Damon.
You know, I've heard some fans that are quite obsessed, like, I was reading some comments on YouTube under a video clip, and they're like, I wish Stefan would do something terrible to Elena so they would break up. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like, I can't think of anything that Stefan, it seems like his love for her is so real and so strong, and that she loves him too. I can see Elena's attracted to Damon.
Yeah.
But I just can't see that.
Well, you know
happening.
what? They're going to write it. It's inevitable.
I know, and I'm curious to see how that pans out. But I was just so when Catherine was kissing Damon.
In the book, Stefan, something happens to him and he kind of disappears for a while. And
no, if they thought he was dead, I can understand. You know, I can't see Stefan actually doing something to the point where, you know, that Elena gets sick of him and leaves him and goes to Damon.
Yeah, I mean, if that was gonna happen, then that probably would have happened when he's, you know, started chopping on some people.
Right. But I thought that was too soon. I was like, I can see them, this can be the beginning of, you know, Elena and Damon's, you know, friendship started going, you know, when Stefan went, you know, human crazy. But, I couldn't see them actually hooking up. And so I was flabbergasted and was totally shocked when I assumed that Elena was kissing Damon. I'm just like, you just told Stefan that you loved him. Yep. And I wasn't mad at them. I was just thinking, why would the writers rush this and do this in the first season? And David kind of he was so confused because like he touched his lips like, you know, like I recognize this kiss, like, or maybe he just thought, I guess she kisses like Catherine too, you know.
But okay, but here's the thing: you've had Damon start off as a super evil dude. You know, saw him do all these terrible things, you know, killing people, manipulating Caroline, and he almost killed Bonnie, and he killed Stefan's best friend for over 100 years. And you're like, how can this dude get any worse? And then he starts getting better by bonding with, you know, Elena and starting to like her. So now you're at the point where this guy's, you know, humanity is really starting to show, and he's really, really changing. And so now you got that into the mix, and now Catherine comes back. So I'm expecting the new conflict to be, will she drag him back, you know, into being a bad boy?
Right.
Because, you know, Stefan's with Elena, and now he's going to have Catherine back, or at least she's going to mess with him a while. And, I mean, he's totally lovesick. He's going to fall for something.
Right.
So he's going to have to deal with this well, am I going to be a bad guy again? And then Bonnie made this declaration of, well, if he does anything wrong, I'm going to kill him, which I'm kind of sick of her.
I think when her powers first started like flickering, you know, that was something. But now she's so cocky.
She's so cocky.
It's just like, dang, you just started. But anyways, one thing I appreciate about Vampire Diaries is that there's always like 10 things that happen in the episode.
Yeah,
and it's just so interesting. And
it's not overdone, but it's always interesting.
It's like almost they keep you at a consistent level,
and they're just ready.
And it just peaks. You know,
ready to kill just about anybody. Unless besides the 3 people in the main promo, which they could kill Elena and she can become a vampire. So technically, none of them are really safe. I mean, they're just willing to take out anybody, and they proved that when they first killed Vicky, because you know she had this story arc and this relationship with her Jeremy, Elena's brother, and they killed her. Jeremy got close to Anna, they killed her. They just brought her mom back after she's been searching for forever. They killed Pearl.
Yeah, that was surprising. You know, I haven't seen a show, you know, that had all this detail in it that you kind of would have to pay attention to because they'll bring that detail back into it since Buffy and Angel. And if you were Buffy and Angel fans, then you really would love this show because it does kind of have like a Joss Whedon effect to it. Only thing I think Joss Whedon stuff had a lot more humor. Like the only thing that could bring humor to, you know, Vampire Diaries is within the characters itself. Like Damon or Caroline, you can laugh at her, but that's just about all the humor you can actually get out of the show because it's kind of like a serious pace. It's like seriousness and romance, seriousness and romance. You know, that's
and a lot of teenage angst.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Always angst.
I thought it was very interesting that they. What's the mayor's son's name? What is his name? Tyler. That they showed his eyes, you know, flare, you know, because he's actually a werewolf.
Oh, sorry, you didn't know that. But
if
you know, I told you to turn away.
Yeah, he's actually a werewolf.
Oh no, but you could have saw the episode and not have known that though.
It's true. He actually turns out to be a werewolf. And my mother was like, well, how come the mayor didn't change? And I was like, well, there is a spell on that device. It wasn't just some sound thing. It was a spell. And maybe that spell unlocks his powers.
I wonder how exactly... Well, you know, they've been so aggressive and...
Well, he's not just aggressive. His father's aggressive
as well.
I
know his father's aggressive, too. There's been hints at it throughout the whole thing, and you just thought they were jerks.
I feel so sorry for the mayor's wife. She's just totally clueless. Doesn't know what's going on. John Gilbert needed to die. I couldn't have seen him living past that episode because if Damon wouldn't have killed him, I thought that would have been cool if Jeremy would have killed him though. Oh wow! It's just they just pack in so much and it's not overwhelming. It's just awesome. They give and they don't take.
Yeah,
that's what I love about it. This whole season, like seriously, if you have not seen Vampire Diaries, which I hope you haven't, because if you haven't and you've been watching this, then we've totally ruined, but still go back and see it. It's still worth it. I would suggest renting it or
it's good enough. It's good enough to go by the season.
It is. Like I said, you would love this. Buffy and Angel fans
I
would love
really
this.
wish they would scrap One Tree Hill or. And something, and they're like, well, let's just take the budget and make a summer season of Vampire Diaries.
The show, it really is amazing. It really is amazing. It's one of the best shows that's out there on TV right now, and I believe it's going to be with CW for a very long time, and it deserves to be. It deserves to be. Alright, but tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about Vampire Diaries. Tell us if you're going to check it out, or tell us if you don't want to because you didn't like our review of it. I don't care. Hi, no, not hi.
Goodbye.
I'm Katrina.
I'm Christina. And we're saying